find actually, I've struggled with this the whole time, is sticking to my emotional journey, if I have to sound like a wanker, but I find that the hardest because you're so focused on the technical aspects of this script and the musicality and the you know,
and not killing it for the others, because it's sort of like if you kill it for yourself, you're like, oh no. If you kill it for like, oh sorry, I've mucked your rhythms up, and it's awful.
Yeah, that's it. Because exactly. What's weird about it is you know that you're saying your lines, but you're actually listening out for that other thing that's going on, which has nothing to do with you. But it's also that thing that you were saying about, you know, having to receive all those different pieces of information, and that's how we process things in general.
Yeah, we do, so it's quite realistic in that way.
Is there something about this piece then that kind of speaks to a kind of contemporary attention span? Or
Absolutely.
Cable TV, you've got 3 different channels, hundreds of different channels you could be watching, or you could be reading a newspaper, you could be talking to somebody and at the same time, and it's the way we live our lives. We're on our phones, we're watching television, we're talking to somebody in real time, and that kind of tension is what keeps the play afloat, and it's fascinating.
And I think we're so used to doing that it's really difficult to find. We're not used to finding rest, and when your own brain is going a million miles an hour because you're processing stuff as well, it's kind of this exhausting stream of information. I was sitting at home after rehearsal last night, and I was in front of the heater, and the telly was on, and my partner was on his iPhone looking at something, and I had the laptop in front of me, so we had and we were talking through it. So that's I think how we process information now, and that was all happening quite seamlessly, and it was only because of his play I really thought, wow, that's it, isn't it? So it does represent that in a kind of a theatrical sense.
Well, it's challenging for audiences. It's also it's fascinating too. I mean, they can choose what to watch, but even if they miss something, it's not going to affect their reception of the overall effect is still going to be
and it does seem that people get the whole thing too. They seem to be, so maybe that's our contemporary mind, but they don't seem to miss much.
No, well, it's written
Nobody's
in such a
ever
way,
said,
I think.
I didn't get what happened to you, or how did you get to the park?
Yeah. No, and that's it. People come away they come away like they would at any other play, and they say, wow, your character, I really related to that, I really felt that, I mean, that's happened to me, and you still get exactly the same sort of responses you would with a regular.
Yeah. And I think that's what he's done really successfully, or most successfully for me anyway, is that thing of knowing that something's happening at any given time and all that information is going on, and because there's so much of it, are we actually receiving it the way it's intended? Are we putting our own spin on it? Whose perspective is what are you actually saying to me when you say that thing as opposed to what I'm hearing? And you're saying something as well, but you're actually not saying something, but you're moving your arm like that. What does that mean? And,
because the other thing is that sometimes the characters are in different places, and sometimes they're in the same place. But they're either not talking to each other or they're in a completely different location.
And as far as I can gather, that can be theatrically read. Like that can be read, which is good.
And do you guys want to describe a bit, maybe Erin, talk a bit about the staging of the work, like what the design looks like?
Well, Peter Mumford designed this box that were enclosed by these Venetian blinds, and the way that it kind of sticks in my head that he designed it was like a big brain that's kind of spewing out all these reels of consciousness.
Beautiful set design. It's really beautiful.
And I think there's a
it's one of the
system of threes or something going on in it as well. There's 3 sort of sections. There's 3 actors. There's 3 props. It's quite.
And because the set was kind of developed with the work as well, I mean, the design is really integral to the whole.
Right, that we're taking it to a rural audience, because I do, as a country girl, I reckon it's got that real small town country feel, the language and the set, and the way it feels, just being this sort of family stuck in this environment of people that they know and see every day, but nobody's sort of connecting with them. But I think that's really, really, you really feel that it feels very, very Australian.